Let's start here with the NBA in our NBA 10, the next 10 minutes uninterrupted basketball talk of what just happened yesterday in the NBA. We've got the clock ready, and the clock is starting right now. Alrighty, big day in the NBA from last night. So let's start here with the Celtics at the Hornets, and an unfortunate Hornets lose their first game here. But it came in overtime, and they still decently all played well. So once again, no worries about this Hornets team. This is a real solid team out here in Charlotte. Let's see what happened. LaMelo Ball, 25 points, 9 assists, a +1 on the floor. Absolutely great. I mean, LaMelo Ball, I mean, these rookies, I mean, everyone wants to talk about, Zion and how he was going to be so gosh dang great. He's not playing so far. And now we got LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards, the two rookies from last year, absolutely dominating the league so far. So shout out to LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards, both getting it done here. Well, not Anthony Edwards quite yet, but LaMelo Ball, obviously. So LaMelo Ball, fantastic out here. Kelly Oubre Jr., still the number 2 here in the starting lineup, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Mason Plumlee, 12 points, 11 rebounds. He was a -7 on the floor. Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges, little lackluster performances overall in the point departments, in the shooting percentages. Miles Bridges, 2 of 10 from the 3 and -10 on the floor. And then Gordon Hayward, only the 15 points, being a -23 on the floor as well. So not the greatest performance here by the Hornets, but this is still a solid team. No real reason to kind of fret off of this loss. You're going to lose some games. You lose in overtime. That's just unfortunately how it goes. And, with the Celtics team, geez Louise, some great scoring performances by these two great players. And this is what the Celtics are going to have to do if they really want to kind of be competitive and kind of win some of the better matchups here this season. Jason Tatum goes off for 41 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Jaylen Brown goes off for 30 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, this is what this Celtics team is. They don't really have anybody else. Now, Dennis Schroeder was in the starting lineup here, which this is kind of the starting lineup we really kind of want to see. This is what they rocked with yesterday, folks. Dennis Schroeder at the 1, Marcus Smart at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Brown at the 4, and then Robert Williams obviously still at the 5 here. I don't know if Jaylen Brown, he did put up 30 points at the 4, so I don't know. I think we'd like Marcus Smart at the 4 a little bit better, but, that's definitely small ball then. But either way, this is the lineup that we kind of want to see. We definitely need to see kind of Dennis Schroeder in the starting lineup. I really think that's the best decision for overall for what the Celtics team is. So Dennis Schroeder being the one here, 23 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, a +12 on the floor. Absolutely fantastic. So I think I can get behind this Celtics starting lineup a little bit. Unfortunately, then they have no bench. Jabari Parker put up 13 points, and if this man can be a solid bench piece, which we ended up seeing a little bit kind of clear last season, kind of in the midway point, end of the season, Jabari Parker getting it done, being just kind of a nice role player last year. And if he can pick it up, exactly where he left off last season, this could be kind of the best bench player for this Celtics team. But I like this starting lineup. Celtics get the win 140-129 in overtime. All right, next game up is the Bucks at the Pacers, and the Pacers lose this game. They do have 1 win, but they're 1-3. This is what the Pacers are. And Domantas Sabonis, I mean, man, oh man, the man goes absolutely crazy every single game, but obviously it doesn't result in the wins because there's no other good players. You need 3 real superstars on your team if you want to, be winning consistently in the NBA. And the Pacers just don't have that. Sabonis, 21 points, 13 rebounds, shooting 61%, and he was a +1 on the floor, the only Pacer with a plus at the end of the game of a how many point loss? What do we got? A 10-point loss. So once again, Sabonis is trying his damnedest. There's just nobody else out there to help him on a consistent basis. Miles Turner, a little bit of a flounder game, only playing 14 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Malcolm Brogdon tried his damnedest. He led the team in scoring, 25 points, 7 assists. Unfortunately, it just was not enough because you're going against this Bucks team. And look at this, no Drew Holiday, so they kind of have to move around the lineups a little bit. They move Thanasis Antetokounmpo at the 4. They move Giannis at the 5. No Brooke Lopez here either, so a lot of switches here, but they get it done. Giannis playing the 5, 30 points, 9 assists, 10 rebounds. George Hill now at the 1 because no Drew Holiday. George Hill 6 points, but 3 assists, 5 rebounds, just being the game manager. Chris Middleton 27 points, stepping up big when they needed him to. And then Grayson Allen 19 points, 4 of 9 from the 3. I mean, I'm really starting to love Grayson Allen on this Bucks team, and when they're at full strength, all Grayson Allen has to do is be the number 5th option. I mean, in this game, he was kind of the 3rd option, and he kind of stepped up big. 19 points, 4 of 9 from the 3. That's perfect. But, when everybody's healthy, he just has to be the 5th scoring option. That's it. And he's real solid at being a number 5. I'll give him that. So, yeah, I'm loving this Bucks team. And then you got Pat Connaughton off the bench with 13 points. Jordan Nora, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists off the bench. So this Bucks team has a real good chance of repeating. They've got the squad, and I like their new additions here. Grayson Allen still getting it done here for this Bucks team. So Bucks get it done 119-109 over the Pacers. Next game up here is Pistons at the Hawks, and the Hawks continue to get it done. Obviously, this Pistons team, nothing great. Kelly Olynyk in the starting lineup here, leading scorer for the squad, 21 points, 6 rebounds for this Pistons team. Saddiq Bey, 21 points, 7 rebounds. He's, what is he, second? Was he a rookie last season? What do we got? Yeah, rookie last year, Saddiq Bey, trying to do it, but I mean, what are we doing with the starting lineup of Killian Hayes, Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Kelly Olynyk, and Josh Jackson? I mean, no disrespect, but these are all, tier 3, tier 2 players in the NBA. They can be good, but they just don't have that number 1 superstar that you need on the team. So, unfortunate there for the Pistons, and the Hawks take care of business in classic Hawks fashion. Trae Young, 32 points, 9 assists, 62% from the field on 21 shots. Fantastic. Bogdanovich, 14 points, 2 of 6 from the 3. Clint Capella, only 4 points, but 8 rebounds, enough to get it done against a lackluster Pistons team. And then John Collins, 22 points, 7 rebounds, still getting it done. Cam Reddish coming off the bench, 17 points for this Hawks team. We'll see, how he can be consistent here. I mean, they've got the squad, Cam Reddish, Georgie Dang, Lou Williams coming off the bench here. I mean, they've got it. I mean, Georgie Dang, 6 points, 12 rebounds in only 15 minutes. This Hawks team is deep, and they're loaded, and they're ready to get back to exactly where they were last year in the playoffs, folks. They get the win, 122-104 over the Pistons. Alrighty, Washington Wizards at the Nets, and the Nets blow them out 104-90. And Kyle Kuzma, now that he's facing the kind of better teams in the league, he's back to floundering. A lot of Wizards fans were excited about Kyle Kuzma joining the squad, but this man, he's just not the greatest, folks. He's not a number 1 option. He may be a number 2 at his very best, but right now he's hovering about a 3rd option on a good team right here. I don't think he's got enough to really carry a bad team where he's single-handedly kind of the best player. And on this Wizards team, he's kind of the 2nd best player because you still have Bradley Beal. But Kyle Kuzma last night, 6 points, 13 rebounds. The 13 rebounds is great, but 0 of 5 from the 3, 27% shooting on 11 shots, a -12 on the floor, nothing great. Bradley Beal, 19 points. He also struggled, 2 of 13 from the 3, 36% on 22 shots. I'm not putting all the blame on Kyle Kuzma, but I mean, he wanted to play with the big dogs of LeBron James, couldn't make it work there, and now he's not making it work on this Wizards team where he could be the number 2 prime option out here. So Wizards, when they have to face, the Nets, lackluster. All right, and then the Nets, Kevin Durant, 25 points, 8 rebounds. We got Blake Griffin back playing the 5 here, 2 points, 9 rebounds, 1 of 7 from the field. Unfortunate. Joe Harris playing the 2, 11 points, but poor shooting. Joe Harris hasn't really found his stride thus far this season. Only 11 points. He had 8 rebounds, but 3 of 11 from 3. Really uncharacteristic of our man. And then James Harden, 14 points, 9 assists. But Patty Mills coming off the bench here, and that's probably their best bench weapon now. Patty Mills, 21 points, a +13 when he was on the floor for 22 minutes. So Nets find a way to beat the Wizards, which isn't that hard, and they continue to get some solid wins without Kyrie Irving. Alrighty, couple games left here. Next game up here is Magic at the Heat. And yeah, same thing, like this Wizards team, nothing really that great. Same thing with the Magic. Cole Anthony is trying his damnedest, but it's going to have to be a little bit better than this, like his performance last game, not this game, last game, where, he gets it done and he wins the game, coming back from behind, getting it done in the fourth quarter. Absolutely fantastic against the Knicks, I believe it was. Cole Anthony, only 12 points. He had 9 rebounds and 5 assists, but 1 of 5 from the 3, trying his damnedest, like we said, at -5 on the floor in a 17-point loss. So solid work there by Cole Anthony. He's trying his hardest. And then for this Heat team, Jimmy Butler goes crazy, 36 points. I mean, Jimmy Butler, everybody talks about Bam Adebayo being a little bit more aggressive. Well, Jimmy Butler can take that same advice as well, and that is our 10 minutes, so we've got to just finish up quickly here. But, yeah, Jimmy Butler, I mean, take your own advice. When Jimmy Butler is aggressive, he can put up like 30-plus points every single game on really good, efficient shooting. He rarely takes three-pointers, so all of his points really just come from mid-range jump shots or just driving to the bucket. And Jimmy Butler is definitely their best scorer on this Heat team. So, everybody likes to clown Bam Adebayo for not being aggressive down low. Well, Jimmy Butler, you're playing the 3 here. We know you're not kind of the facilitator of the floor. You're not the official point guard for this team. So when the team is down, you've got to take it upon yourself to score because you are Jimmy Buckets. So that's what he did this game. 36 points, put up 21 shots, the most shots by about 10. Kyle Lowry put up 11 shots. Tyler Hero only put up 12 shots. So this is what we like to see out of Jimmy Butler. +8 on the floor, 36 points, fantastic. Bam Adebayo, 16 points, 13 rebounds. Kyle Lowry, 9 points, 8 assists, fantastic. I'm loving what we're seeing early on from this Heat team. We'd like to see a little bit more out of Duncan Robinson. I mean, this goes back to last season as well, folks. Duncan Robinson has to be more aggressive or just more consistent from the 3, because if not, I swap out Tyler Hero. At this point, I move Tyler Hero to the 2 and move out Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson may have a little bit better defensive skills than Tyler Hero, but I mean, Tyler Hero will get acclimated to being a good defender out here. I mean, he was a plus 19 in 29 minutes. Duncan Robinson was a +2 in 27 minutes. So I think I like Tyler Hero starting off the game and using Duncan Robinson off the bench. I think that would fit to Duncan Robinson a little bit more out here, because it doesn't seem like he's hanging around very well with this Heat team of what we really need him to do here. So and then also having Markieff Morris off the bench here. Once again, this Heat team is good. I didn't really like the Heat last year, but we loved them in the bubble. So 2 years ago, we loved this Heat team. We were always betting and, getting behind them. Last year, we just didn't see that same spark that they had in the bubble. But this season, this is like the bubble season back. So watch out for what this Heat team can do. We're loving it. So they get the win 107-90. All right, then we get the Bulls and the Raptors. Close win here for the Bulls, but they hold on and stay undefeated. They win 111-108 over the Raptors. Loving this Bulls team as well. DeMar DeRozan, 26 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Vucevic, folks, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Zach LaVine, 22 points, 5 assists. And then Lonzo Ball, the other Ball brother right here, 15 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. A great starting lineup, and they're able to get the win. We don't love their bench, but Troy Brown Jr., 11 points in 16 minutes. We will take that. So the Bulls get the win. Anything good here with the Raptors? Gary Trent Jr. still in the starting lineup. Thank goodness. Seems like he's going to be rocking the 2 here this year. So Gary Trent Jr., 18 points, 5 rebounds. Fred VanVleet, 15 points, 17 assists. Sheesh. Almost came back, just could not get it done, unfortunately. So well done for the Bulls getting the win. Then we get the Pelicans at the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves end up losing this game. Truly unfortunate. They lose 107-98. Pelicans get it done. Brandon Ingram goes 27 points. Jonas Valanciunas, holy moly, obliterated this Timberwolves team. He goes 22 points, but 23 rebounds. Oh my gosh. An absolute monster game. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker, folks, 17 points, 7 rebounds, and Devontae Graham at the 21 points. points, 7 assists. Wow, what a great showing here by the Pelicans. Are they starting to move off of kind of Zion? Be like, all right, Zion, if you're not going to play, then we'll just move on without you. We'll get the wins. We're not tripping. I mean, what a great performance by the starting lineup, honestly, here with this Pelicans team. Very well done. Beating a solid Timberwolves team. Karl Anthony Towns, 32 points, 7 assists, 14 rebounds. Anthony Edwards, 28 points, 9 rebounds. We love it so much here. And then D'Angelo Russell, a little lackluster of the big three here of the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell, only 9 points and 6 rebounds, but he shot awful, 1 of 8 from 3 and 21% on 14 shots. So truly unfortunate. D'Angelo Russell just could not keep up pace, and this is where the Timberwolves are going to start running into trouble. They don't really have that good depth. They do have Patrick Beverley coming off the bench, which is pretty solid, 13 points. But other besides their kind of big three in their starting lineup, Josh Okogie and Jaden McDaniels, I mean, they're really not, scoring the ball. Josh Okogie 1 point on 2 shots and Jaden McDaniels 3 points on 5 shots because it's the big three of D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns that do the bulk of the work here. So that is where the Timberwolves may run into a little bit of trouble here. We just saw it in this game, just kind of focusing and relying a little bit too much on the big three here in Minnesota. Unfortunately, just come up a little bit short. Valanciunas truly getting it done. All right, last 2 games. Quickly. Here we go. Cavs at Nuggets. Cavs get the win, and I love it. They win 99-87. Jared Allen, 21 points, 16 rebounds. And even Kevin Love off the bench, 22 points and 6 rebounds. Real solid work there by Kevin Love. I like this man coming off the bench. But Darius Garland and Colin Sexton, please get it together. We need y'all. I know y'all beat this Nuggets team. It's still a good win, but at the end of the day, you only put up 99 points. Don't expect to win too many games not putting up 100 points here, and it starts here with these 2 guards here that are capable of both putting up 20 points a game here, and that's exactly what they kind of need on a consistent basis. Darius Garland, 9 points on 9 shots. Got to get that up a little bit. Colin Sexton, 14 points on 11 shots. Now, I know they were efficient. Colin Sexton plus 10 on the floor. Darius Garland plus 12 on the floor, but that was just because the Nuggets had a little bit of a poor performance putting up points. Michael Porter Jr. only 11 points on 28% from the field. Jokic got it done like Jokic always does. The reigning MVP here, defending MVP. Give the man so much more respect. I haven't seen an MVP get as disrespected as Jokic in like the last 20 years, folks. So Jokic is still getting it done. 24 points, 19 rebounds, and they just had trouble scoring the ball. Will Barton only 12 points. Monte Morris, their starting point guard, 2 points. And Aaron Gordon, he's not the best scorer. He really kind of takes that many shots, but he took 14 shots here and only put up 12 points. So we like the Cavs getting the win because we love rooting for Jared Allen, one of the better bigs in this league here. But don't expect to win too many games just putting up 99 points. So need the 2 guards to step it up a little bit more. And then the last game from the night, Blazers at the Clippers. Clippers absolutely obliterate them 116-86. And once again, Dame time is just stalling out a little bit out here. And we believe he can get it done. But so far, this Blazers team is floundering because Damian Lillard is not playing up to truly what he needs to do. Damian Lillard, 12 points on 0 of 8 from the 3 on -22 on the floor. CJ McCollum, 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Nurkic, 4 points, 10 rebounds. Robert Covington at the 4, 0 points, and then Nasir Little only 10 points. So nobody's scoring here on this Blazers team, and Damian Lillard needs to start kind of leading by example, getting at them out to hot starts. And then for the Clippers, just Paul George by his lonesome out here, getting it done. 16 points for Paul George, 8 steals. The man had 8 steals, folks. Holy moly. Still no Kawhi Leonard. Don't expect him for the bulk of the season out here. So, Reggie Jackson, Eric Bledsoe, Zubac, and Nicholas Batum. I mean, this is what Paul George has to work with, and they get the win out here. Off the bench, we can celebrate Luke Kennard, 23 points off the bench, leading scorer here for this Clippers team in 24 minutes. So this Clippers team, they're going to have to get good production from literally everybody from, the 4 other starters besides Paul George and off the bench as well, like they had this game. Luke Kennard, 23 points off the bench. Terrence Mann, 13 points off the bench. And Isaiah Hartenstein, 9 points off the bench. That's what we need to start seeing on a consistent basis if this Clippers team wants to be competitive without Kawhi Leonard. So well done for the Clippers getting the big win here, 116-86 over the Blazers. Alrighty, that is all the NBA from yesterday, folks. We'll be back tomorrow with our next NBA Daily 10 to see what happens in the NBA while we are still covering the NFL season heavily in depth.